Hello, BookTube. I've got a bit of a book haul for you. Really all over the place, which is also where I got them all over the place. So I don't think I paid more than $1 for anything. So they're filling in some gaps. And to start off, here, let me see if I pull this out of the way. That'll make it a little better. It's going to be something I've shown before, but in a different version. I have a big hardbound volume with this in the second Brother Cad file, and I'm reading it along with Brandy at Booklectic. She's finished, and she's probably getting a little tired of me not being finished. I've just been so busy. That's always my excuse, right? But I'm enjoying the heck out of it. But I wanted the paperback to fit the rest of the series I have, and I love these covers. And I found one. So I grabbed it, and I'm actually reading this because it's easy for me to carry around. I love hardback books, but sometimes something like this is really fun. So I'll put that up there. And then a couple of these Viking portable things. These are older ones. Back when this would have been $1.95. This is the portable Conrad. You can see all what it has in it. When did this one come out? I'd love to have this whole series. I have quite a few. This is 1964. And then you'll see a theme here with Dante a little bit. The portable Dante. Again, from about the same era. Let me see here. This one, how much was this one? $1.85. And this was used by somebody in college because they told me what hall they're in. This one is 1947. That isn't right. This one has one problem. It has a couple spots where it has, I don't know if it's highlighter. It's yellow, but it looks older than our traditional looking highlighter spots. It doesn't ruin the text any. A lot of times I don't mind pencil written annotations. Sometimes they can be fun, but this is, I needed it for my collection, so I took it anyway. So yeah, a couple of these Viking portable things that are so much fun. I'm not going to be able to keep piling these up here, so this might not work. This may have been a tactical error on my part. They said we'd see some Dante stuff. Now I'm reading the Mandelbaum translation of Dante's great work. And I've finished Inferno, and I've finished Purgatorio, and I have just barely started Paradiso. I have Sinclair's 3-volume translation. Like I say, I'm using Mandelbaum. I had the first, I have Inferno, is it Mark Musa? But the one I always wanted and didn't have, oddly enough, is the one most people have. That's just the way life works sometimes. And I managed to get it for the two books I've read. Inferno and Purgatorio, and these are Dorothy SS. Right, so here's the two of them, but I only found two. I didn't find Paradiso, which I'm going to read, and then I found the Dorothy SS again, and these older editions. These were 95 cents originally, and how much were these originally? They don't say. They probably had a sticker on them. So, well, what did I do? I actually grabbed another one. My apologies. I'm not going to refilm it. So, these. So, now you know what I got for the other one. So, I got them because I don't know which one I keep. Some of them have a few marks in them. I mean, that's the problem with these things. They're not too bad. But when I find the third one, that's probably the set I'll keep. And then just, move on from the other set. I've only got so much space in the house. And then the one I accidentally showed with Dante is a Pelican book, which, and it's the Music Masters from the 16th century to the time of Beethoven, edited by A.L. Bacharach. I have not read this. I have seen it before. I like reading music history, which a lot of you know. And, this was a pretty standard work back in the day, so we'll see if how that goes. That'd be way down in TBR. I don't have time for it right now. Then this was a marvelous find. Nigel Smith, and the book is Andrew Marvell, The Chameleon. Now, I read Marvel's poetry, but I don't know much about him. I mean, I know, well, here, let me read it to you. The 17th century poet Andrew Marvell, 1621 to 78, is one of the most intriguing figures in English literature. A noted civil servant under Cromwell's protectorate, he has been variously identified as a patriot, spy, conspirator, concealed homosexual, father to the liberal tradition, and incendiary, satirical pamphleteer. How's that? And freethinker. But while Marvel's poetry has attracted a wide modern following, his prose is known only to specialists, and much of his personal life remains shrouded in mystery. So did he know Pepys? They both would have been civil servants at about the same time, right? Am I off on that? Somebody let me know in the comments, or I'll look it up myself. All right, then I don't know if I'm going to read this. This is a nice first edition with a cover of Margaret Atwood's famous novel, Handmaid's Tale, which my wife and daughter have been watching the TV version. I don't know what streaming service it's on. There's the author. I don't know what streaming service it's on, but they've enjoyed it. So, you know, I don't have anything against reading it. I just have so much other stuff to read. I don't know if I'll ever get to it. And then if I don't, my daughter or my wife can keep that. Then a little book of poetry, Why I Wake Early, New Poems by Mary Oliver. Nice little copy here. Usually enjoy her stuff, so that'll be good. Then Norton Critical Editions. I always grab these if they're not marked up. Unlike maybe the older Viking Portable, I can, be a little more forgiving. These I'm pretty strict about. This one, and I have quite a few of them. This not as many as I'd like. This is the Tales of Henry James, a Norton Critical Edition. This is the second edition. Selected and edited by Christoph Wegelin and Henry B. Wanham. I love these because of the critical apparatus that's in them. It's very helpful to me sometimes as I'm trying to learn things. So, let me put some of these in my lap. I am rapidly running out of space here. Then the next thing I got here is the first real edition of The Elements of Style by William Strunk and E.B. White. Even though you'll see it says it's revised, or with revisions and an introduction and a new chapter on writing by E.B. White. That was what was added. And that's when it becomes really the book that we all know. So this is, when's this one published? Yeah, this is New York Macmillan, 1959. So for those of you who write or are in school or any of that sort of stuff, that's a good thing to have. Next thing, all you get is a little spine title, because that's the way this was. It may have had a dust jacket for all I know. I just got it because it's sort of an odd little thing. It's the Diary of Thomas Alva Edison. And it's by the Chatham Press out of Old Greenwich, Connecticut. I can't speak today. Introduction by Kathleen L. McGurk. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Photos. Actually has a tipped-in photo that must be from the publisher, because if you take it out, there she is. Yeah, and it says information on how to put in the page. So that's sort of cool. And then you have the diary itself. I don't think Edison was a great diarist as far as production-wise. I have no idea about writing-wise. But short little thing, look forward to reading it. These are more halfway between brochures and books. This is the Braun Brumfield Incorporated Book Manufacturing Glossery. I love stuff like this. So, galley, typeset material from the typesetter before it has been arranged into final page form. So if you deal with books, something like this isn't bad to have. When did this come out? The following pages contain terms commonly used in graphic arts with a particular emphasis on book manufacturing. And they didn't see, well, unless I can't find it, they didn't seem like they put a date on it, but I love they have a little addenda. Isn't that neat? It'd be a lot longer now, I'm sure. And then another similar thing, Words on Paper and Encyclopedia, Channable Carnival Text and Cover. Same kind of thing. A little better on the illustration. Well, better on the illustration because it has illustration. So I put these in my books on books. I won't take everything. I mean, there's a lot of typesetter stuff that I won't take because it just fill up the house and I don't know anything about it. I'm interested in it, but not enough to get a library. This next thing is a book I've had and read actually more than once and realized I don't have a copy. It's very common. This is Timothy Ware, The Orthodox Church, and it's a penguin. This is a new edition. This is a really good book if you're trying to learn stuff about it. It might be dated as far as historically. It's not going to be dated theologically, I don't think, or not in a major way, and you still learn a lot. But of course, there's been a huge impact on the Orthodox Christian world by the Russia-Ukraine war and the shakeups in the church itself over that. So, which would be interesting to read about. So this one I'd actually highly recommend. And this one looks like a hoot. This looks like fun. I didn't know about this. Lighting Out for the Territory, How Samuel Clemens Headed West and Became Mark Twain by Roy Morris Jr. Great cover. A little busy, but great cover. This one actually has the reviewers sheet there. Pub sheet. And this, let's see who did this. This is Simon & Schuster. Came out in 2010. This guy, the author, Roy Morris Jr., has written a book about Lincoln, one about Rutherford Hayes, Walt Whitman in the Civil War, Ambrose Bierce, and Sheridan, General Phil Sheridan. So in the very last paragraph of Mark Twain's The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, the title character gloomily reckoned that it's time to light out for the territory ahead of the rest. Tom Sawyer's Aunt Sally is trying to civilize him, and Huck Finn can't stand it. He's been there before. And that's really the story. Well, not really, but Twain goes west, all the way to Hawaii, which I did not know. I knew he was out west and all over the continental American West, but I had no idea. I don't know why. I probably read it somewhere before and just slipped my mind, but spent time in Hawaii, so I'll sort of look forward to that part. And that, I think, is it. So it's been a good week. I got some fun bookish stuff coming up this week, but I'm not going to say anything. We'll put up another video probably later in the week. But I hope everyone's doing well. I'm making Sunday gravy for those of you that are familiar with it. It takes all day. For those of you who aren't, it's actually some people call it Sunday sauce. Sunday gravy is what I've always called it. Meat, in this case, sweet Italian sausage, some country style ribs. You brown them up. San Marzano tomatoes, and you make a big heavy sauce, and they cook all day. And then you add meatballs, bake them or fry them, whichever your family preference is, and then you put them on some big, big pasta. So, sort of, I smell it now. Oh, it means I better go. Number one, you have to stir it all day. So I'll be in the kitchen most of the day, and I'm loving it. Beautiful day out. So things are great here, and like I say, I got an exciting week coming up. I'm not going to drop any more hints, but I'm going to have some fun. So thank you, BookTube.